My Gavanan, Melanine, and well met indeed. I am Arakir Galadirthan, the head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer for Medieval 2, but welcome again to Heroes. I like to break up the Medieval 2 videos, and Heroes is one that was well received, certainly Heroes 5, and one that I really enjoy. I love playing Heroes. And I wanted to do Warhammer, but we weren't really playing that this week, and I haven't played Age of Empires in forever, and I haven't found the drive to play Battle for Middle-earth, so I thought I fancy playing Heroes, and that would be a good one to break up the videos. What you're seeing at the moment in the background, of course, is an Inquisitor of Haven take on a demon, or a devil. I believe they're called demons, not devils anymore, of Inferno. But I'm going to play the campaign. So what you're going to see today is episode 1 of the first campaign. Now this is actually a mod called Heroes 5.5, which is why you've got this 5.5 up here. And it does various things to try and improve the AI, which in this game is horrifically flawed, and end turns take ages. So the campaign is better because there aren't very many nations, so the turn times are quick. But turn times, if you play, say, an 8-player random map, they can just be so frustrating. But the mod does some things to change that, and it adds a few other little bits of usability bonuses or boosts here and there. There are 3 campaigns. Unfortunately, again, as I say, the mod adds all of the DLC into one because I own all the DLC. And if we enjoy this, we can go all the way through them all. So we're starting with episode 1 in Heroes 5, The Queen. A bit of backstory is the nation of Haven, which is the Griffin Empire, has been invaded by an uprising of demons from Sheoth, I think is the name of the demon realm. And our king, Nikolai, is away fighting the demons at the main front. And his wife, recent wife, the Queen, Queen Isabel, she is going to try and rally troops in the homelands to move out and assist him. So we start with mission 1. The invasion of the demons is grim news for the Griffin Empire. King Nikolai has been forced to postpone his wedding, rushing to the front lines to lead his knights into battle. Waiting expectantly in the safety of the summer palace at Whitecliff, Lady Isabel receives joyless tidings. So they aren't married yet. And we get a beautiful cinematic of the troops we're about to see, use, and face. Forces of Haven taking on the forces of the demons. Calm before the storm. An angel in the back there, countering the demon in the bottom right, which is the tier 7 units of both nations. Calling down an ice. Crossbow shot straight through. Stupid fool. That unit has a ranged retaliation. And she's brought down much of their army. Teleportation of the demons. They used to great effect to bring the champion down. Fire from sky. Bringing down our monk, or I think they're called monks and then inquisitors, can't remember the names. I can say all the names of Heroes 3. The angels resurrect the champions who come back and bring the demon down. But the demon lord claims the lives of many. Oh, a spell of the great dragon of light to counter the spell of the demon's lord. And the griffin drops in to ensure the end. And success for Haven. Well, that was lucky. Now you're going to be treated to the finest cutscenes.
You've been acting a bit oddly, Beatrice. Are you feeling well?
Me? Oh, well, I'm homesick, I suppose. Feeling edgy and bored.
It may be boring, ladies, but at least it is far from the war.
Not for long.
What a boring
A
man.
messenger arrived this morning. The demons have taken Hardwick and Thornham. Either we go to war, or war comes to us.
Unfortunately, you can't skip each individual
And Mr.
line. You can only
Nikolai.
skip the entire thing.
He's fine. But, milady, He's young and unsure of
Feel free to
himself.
skip ahead, though, of course.
He's
but,
too embarrassed to ask for help. I know he forbade us to leave.
And we shall obey him. Young or not, he is the king. You were ordered here, and I was ordered to protect you. It's quite simple.
But the Empire is in peril. Shouldn't we do something?
Why was Nikolai so opposed to asking the elves and the mages for help? Or the dwarves?
The elves have been slow to recover from the last war. The mages, blasphemers led by Cyrus, a man with delusions of godhood. Besides, Nikolai hasn't forgotten that Alaron and Cyrus came back alive from the War of the Eclipse, but his own father did not.
Still, if he were here, he might command us differently.
Perhaps, if it really is that bad.
2 more towns, Godric. How bad must it be?
Please, Godric, though you do not like him, take word to Archmage Cyrus. Their magic would be of great help against the demons.
There is wisdom in what you say, but that's Cyrus, and the king's orders.
For the Empire, Godric, which is greater than any one king, even one we love so dearly.
As you wish, milady. Griffin Eternal!
And what about us? Shall we take word to the elves?
You should. You have the wisdom to negotiate with Alaron, and are practiced in the art of diplomacy. As for me, I've always felt more comfortable in a camp than at court.
But we could go together.
Me? Go to Ireland? Beatrice, I'm surprised at you. At the Abbey, you were so overprotective.
You'll stay here, then?
Not at all. I shall raise a militia. That is more suitable to my talents.
That's too dangerous.
I shall be surrounded by soldiers in the heart of the Griffin Empire. Safer than anywhere else, I think.
As my queen commands.
Go quickly. You will find me somewhere between here and the battlefield. To war!
To war.
That first cutscene, by the way, is the longest one I think in the entire game, because it sets up what everything is happening, who's going to come into the story later, all sorts of bits and bobs. You're already thinking, well, this Beatrice seems a bit strange, doesn't she? And you should be thinking so. Now, I should say that I have completed all of the campaigns in my time playing this game, and so I do know what happens. I do know what's coming, but hopefully we can just have a laugh with it. Our primary objectives are to assemble 100 peasants, 25 footmen, and Isabel must survive. Oh, what does that do? Oh, just lists all my leaders. Brilliant. Well, there's some peasants over there. Let's not beat around the bush. Come, my peasanty friends. This, of course, is Heroes 5. If you've not seen Heroes 5 before, it's been on my channel before. I don't think I've ever done a campaign before, though. I've only ever done the just standard random maps. So this is the first time I think we're showing off the campaign. So feedback, of course, is always welcome as we go through the levels through the game. Hopefully I've got the sound levels all right. I tinkered around with them a great deal. Now we can just see how it goes. With Isabel. Isabel, interestingly, certainly in my opinion, has the absolute worst voice acting throughout the entire campaign. It sounds like the woman that they got to do Isabel just did not give a damn about this job. It's like her brother or something came over and was like, oh, we're doing a game. Could you come and do the voice of a girl in it? And without any experience whatsoever, she was like, yeah, sure, what the hell. She tries to, I think the problem is she tries to overpronounce the words too much. Like to try to sound too clear. And it just comes out as though she's trying really over the top, like too hard. But this, of course, is only the first level. It's an absolute doddle. I think it's pretty much impossible to win unless you really pull off some real magic. As we just roam around this land, picking up every single unit that stands in our way as they all join us. Oh, these ones don't.
Get off our fields! We don't want you here!
What do you mean by this disobedience?
Look at her
They
fitman.
say the war goes badly, milady. We hear that the demons are killing everything and eating the dead.
We don't want to go.
Cowards! The Griffin Empire shall emerge victorious.
Well then, they can do it without us. We're staying here. Now get off our land.
Yeah, you tell her.
You will fulfill your oaths to your lord, even if you must do it in chains. Take them.
Oh, she's a bit of a... Well, she's... she's a bit of a cow, really, isn't she? They're only peasants. Have a heart, milady, have a heart. Well, this is the battle map for Heroes 5. I'll tell you what I can do if I've not done it, is I can turn on cinematic camera. It already is. Brilliant. Because it just makes the battles a bit more fun. It zooms in on your units when they're doing things and gives you a cool cinematic for it. You can also twist the battle map around and you can zoom right in. But it doesn't let you pivot all that much, so it's not actually that good. Anyway, we're in. Footmen! Wipe them out. Oh, one hit. Brilliant. Excellent. There we are. They didn't come with us. They died. So, that's a shame. Although those ones did. This game, I have to confess, I am a die-hard fan of Heroes 3. I will argue to the death that it is the best in the Heroes series and that everyone else is foolish for thinking otherwise. But I can at least appreciate that this game, visually, I think, in my subjective opinion, is far better. It's very, very similar to Heroes 3. Heroes 3 and 5 are the closest in gameplay mechanics. But this one just has amazing graphics, in my opinion. And it has some really good changes to the game as a whole. I personally think. So, I thoroughly enjoy it. And I hope you do as well, to be honest, because I'd love to play the campaigns out for you. You get to play as every nation, you get a proper story that unfolds, like with twists and turns. Sorry, I'm itching my head. Different generals come in, different factions come in. The story continues on through the DLC. It's just really good. And the DLC adds what is, in my opinion, the best nation in the game. The Dwarves. Fortress, they're called. I love them. Haven have always been the faction I kind of like the most. And then the Dwarves came along and everything changed. How are we on the pursuit? We've got our 25 footmen. What's south down here? Should we go follow the road first, or should we nip off into the trees? Let's nip off into the trees. Also, with the release of the, I believe, first DLC, they added alternative upgrades. So if you're very familiar with the games, but you've not maybe played number 5, obviously there are 7 tiers of units, and every tier can be upgraded. But in the later games, the tribes of the East, every faction actually has 2 upgrades, and you choose to go one or the other. Now, the standard premise is that one of them is more aggressive and one of them is more defensive, and that's kind of the theme. But there are some alternatives. For example, some ranged units will... one upgrade will be better at range, and the other upgrade will have spells or something like that. So it's not always clear-cut which ones to take. The enemy have died again. These stupid peasants. Why don't you side with us? We are here to protect our lands. Oh, that's from Medieval 2, isn't it? Ah, yes, we got some skills. Sorry, I've got a very itchy head. I've been recording. Oh, I'm into the 3rd hour of recordings today, and my headset is starting to hurt my head. We're going to go basic luck. Didn't they add the skill wheel to the game in this one? Yes, they did. This is the skill wheel. And it shows you what you need to get in order to get certain things. So say, for example, we are Haven. This is Haven's unique abilities. It's called... Oh, no, this has changed it all, hasn't it? Yeah. The 5.5 mod has made some major changes to the way that the system works. And previously, every nation used to get like an ultimate ability. So, like Haven's ability was called Retaliation. And it would affect you would be able to link certain units to your leader woman, and then when they were attacked, she would defend. She would have an attack, and she would go out and attack them. And this was also linked to a thing that allowed you to train units. So in your castle, you could take a tier 1 unit and upgrade like 5 of them to a tier 2 unit for a real expensive cost of money. And then this would get cheaper as you upgraded your like unique ability, this training ability. And every faction had this kind of this unique skill. And but this mod 5.5 did away with that kind of unique skill, and now everyone can kind of do everything. So if we go back to the skill wheel, you can see that we are Haven, and Haven have a knight. We're Haven and we're a knight class, and it gives us various different potentials. So actually what we have to do is check. Isabel is a knight, so we go to the skill wheel. We're a knight, so we're not going to get the paladin class stuff, and we're not going to get the heretic stuff. We're going to get the knight stuff, which means her main focus is going to be on combat and leadership. Those are her sort of key features. Those are the ones that will come up the most. But it just shows you how you can get to certain things. And the skill wheel is just really cool. And all of those skills are essentially available. Haven are attuned to light magic. So they specialise in light magic, which tends to be more about buffing your units rather than direct damage to enemy units, which is normally destruction magic. If we have a look at her spellbook, she currently can't do anything. And that's not relevant to our faction, so we don't need to worry about that. So all we can do with her at the moment is continue to attack. But eventually she'll get spells, she'll get unique powers that are separate to the spells. And it just all develops from there, really. Zombies moving in against us. Look at the buggers. In we go, then. A hit. A fine hit. So this one's going to do 165 damage. They're going to kill them all, and there's no retaliation because they're going to be dead. Zombies have come in on us. They hit the squires, but the squires don't take no grenades. When our peasants help kill off those, I'm going to reset the camera. And in come our footmen. And the rest of the zombies go down. Glory! We get some gold for our troubles. Erratic mana. Mana cost of spells by the heroes randomly reduced by up to 50%. Or I can get Shattered Destructive. Shattered Destructive is a counter to destructive magic. So your spells will counter destructive magic spells. It's an interesting one. Retaliation Strike, or I'm going to go Retaliation Strike. Which is the ability I was just talking about. So I can now link her to a unit, and if that unit gets attacked, she will attack whoever attacked the unit. The final turn. Ah, yes, squires. As we have to fight. Oh, a garrison of peasants and things. What? Why aren't they joining us? Well, the most feared thing here is the footmen. Let them come to us. Try and single them out. Oh, those footmen are going to be able to attack us if we stay where we are. Everybody head south. Defend the peasants. The peasants need defending. The peasants are revolting. 35 of the buggers go down. Send in a large army of footmen. Yep. Oh, I've defended the wrong unit there, really, because, yeah, they killed them on the retaliation, so she doesn't even need to get involved. Conscripts take a hit. Just do direct damage. Here we are. She's retaliated against them. Oh, so it was good, I suppose, in the end. 6 more conscripts go down. Still quite a lot of them. How many peasants are we down to? 129. We're doing alright. Those footmen are taking a pounding. Oh, he used his bash. That means we don't get a retaliation, but she does. Brilliant. And then we end the battle with a shield to the face and a sword cut across the chest. Soldier's luck. Useful combat abilities. Yes, please. That's always a good one. So, I believe that's the victory. What a day.
That should be enough troops, I think. But if I don't lead them myself, they'll desert along the way. I'll be with you soon, Nikolai.
Hooray! Griffin Eternal!
Hooray! Griffin Eternal! Mission complete. Episode number 2. We shan't start here. I shall end the episode there. I don't know how long this has been, but the episodes are likely to get longer as it goes on. But I do hope that you've enjoyed it. It was very basic, a real introduction to the early tiers of Haven. Some fights, some look at the graphics. I've played Haven Heroes 5 before, but I don't think I've done the campaign before. So do let me know what you think. Do let me know if you want it to continue on into the sunset. But until we speak again, dear friends, Nevair na den Pedimad Melonin, and farewell.